Hasham Ha Racha Kodash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Aharawan Ban Yasharala of the Lions Den camp, here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Harab Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den camp of Yasharala, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. And not today, I'll be coming out with a lesson. It's not really planned. I don't have a title for it, but it was inspired by a lesson that the Akim, the brother Arayala Araka, and if I'm not mistaken, the brother Zariah of this camp, the Lions Den camp, they did a lesson a few hours ago, and it was pretty much going in on well, I ain't gonna say they were going in, but they was going into like calling on the names of Yahweh Yahweh Shai and knowing those names. And of course, you know, they used the purple cladded syndicate as an example. But the truth of the matter is, you know, they don't have the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. But this is a lesson that's more on grounds to not wasting your time, or should I say not wasting your words to those who are intent or set on not hearing the good news that the Lord has put in your mouth. It is put in your spirit to give out to the world. And you got to say the whole world in the oikumene sense, because our people are scattered around the four corners of the earth. So it's, yeah, you got to give it out to the world. But it's mainly to the world of what Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the speckled bird, meaning the Israelites that look like these other nations, scattered among these other nations, but their bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So without further ado, let's get right into it. This is Titus, chapter 3. I'm going to start up at verse 8 just to complete the thought, but 9, 10, and 11 is my point. But let's continue. It says, "This is a faithful saying, and these things I will that thou affirm constantly, that they which have believed in Yahweh might be careful to maintain good works. These things are good and profitable unto men." So this is a good thing to do. This is a faithful saying. And of course, if I'm not mistaken, this was Paul, a letter to Titus, if I'm not mistaken. And he was basically saying it is a faithful thing and a faithful saying that you affirm constantly in what we have believed, which is Yahweh Yahweh Shai, the truth, the doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and that we might be careful to maintain, meaning make sure that you stay on the right path, you know, stay according to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Real quick, let me hit a precept that I just thought about. This is in Sirach. Let's see. Let's go to it. Right here. This is Sirach chapter 27, verse 3. It says, "Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, his house shall be soon overthrown." So you got to hold yourself diligently in the fear of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. I mean, you got to make sure that you're walking constantly according to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Because if not, your house will be soon overthrown. Meaning you could fall away. Something could come trip you up, and you could lose your light. You could lose your sweet words or anything. But again, back at Titus, as Paul was saying, it is a good thing to continue and to maintain good works in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Why? Because these things are good and profitable unto men. So it is good and profitable unto us to maintain good works, to stay according to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Another precept just came to mind. This is 1 Timothy chapter, this is 4, verse 13. It says, "Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine." So until the Lord comes, till he returns, we must what? Give attendance. Stay on the right path to what? To reading, to studying. As a matter of fact, I might get that. As a matter of fact, let's go and get that too after I finish this. It says, "But again, till the Lord comes, till he shows back up, give attendance, pay attention, stay on the right path. What? To reading, studying, to exhortation, building up the body, letting our people know, and to doctrine, staying according to the truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. But let's continue. Let's go back a few where is it? I know it's here. If not, I'm gonna just continue on to my point. I know what I'm looking for. I just thought about it. Well, I'll roughly paraphrase: give diligence to make your calling and election sure of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So stay according to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's basically what the point that I'm going into. But nonetheless, let's continue. Verse 9, back at Titus chapter 3. It says, but avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions and strivings about the law, which that purple-cladded group that the document was talking about, that's all they do. They want to go in the law, the statutes, the commandments. They always want to go into foolish questions and just open-ended and things that could never be answered. But the Lord says avoid those things. Avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions and strivings about the law, for they are vain. For what it says, for they are unprofitable and vain. So the Lord basically said, don't get caught up in tomfoolery with all these debates and crap that they be doing. That's what they do. They ask foolish questions. They go genealogies and contentions, and the Lord says avoid that stuff because it is unprofitable and it is vain. It is useless. So again, don't waste your time. The Lord has put it on your spirit to speak to somebody and they don't hear it. You don't keep talking to them. You give them what the Lord has required you to give to them, and they don't hear it. You keep it right on moving. You shake the dust off and you keep right on going, and you keep moving forward, doing what you do. When the Lord have you to speak again to somebody that's going to accept it, that person will accept it. Or if the Lord just have you to speak again, period, wait for that opportunity to come. But let's continue. Verse 10. It says, a man that is an heretic after the first and second admonition reject. So a man that is an heretic, one who holds a doctrine that is at variance with the truth or established dominant standards, i.e. the scriptures, the doctrine of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. If you see that person and you didn't say something to them one time, you didn't say something to them the second time, the first and second admonition, the first and second correction, and you see that they're not listening, they don't accept, you reject. I mean, okay, I'm not finna waste no time and no energy talking to you about the good news, talking to you about the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Because the Lord tells us, if I'm not mistaken, let's get that. Where is it? Matthew chapter 7. And verse 6. It says, give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rent you. So the Lord tells us, don't give that which is holy unto the dogs. Once you see somebody is not listening and they just straight up ain't hearing what you're saying, guess what? You don't speak to them about the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Ever. I ain't gonna say ever. You just don't waste your time talking to them because you already know that they're not listening, because the Lord will have you to speak to them however many more times that he is trying to get through to them, because it's the Lord that's doing this. But according to the scriptures and according to what they look, don't waste your energy. Don't waste your time. Don't cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them, lest they take your good words. They take the good news that the Lord has put in your spirit and trample and walk all over it and be disrespectful. And then when they think that they got something up on you, they turn and rent you, meaning, oh yeah, you said this. See, you don't believe. That's what that's talking about. So yeah, you don't waste your energy and you don't waste your time on people that you know for a fact that's not listening. You can use them as an example. You know, when you're doing the work as Akim was doing in this video, the recent video that they just did. You know, you can use them. You can use as an example, but don't waste your breath. Don't waste your time. Don't cast what is good among those that is undeserving of it. But you still must speak the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua as well. You can't just completely stop talking and not say nothing. But you must also understand not to waste your time and your energy explaining the greatness and the goodness of Yahweh Yahushua to somebody that is an heretic, that has chosen to not believe or just in complete variance of the truth. Verse 11. As a matter of fact, verse 11, this is going to be the last point right here. No, I got one more. Salakia. Verse 11 of Titus chapter 3. It says, knowing that he is such, is subverted and sinneth, being condemned of himself. So once you know and understand that somebody is just, they ain't hearing the words that you're speaking, just know that they've subverted. They've fallen under control. Let's get that word subverted real quick. They might not have it on here, but let me just get the. They got it. Let's see. Oh, they don't got subverted, but they got subvert. So it says subvert. It says to raise, to destroy, overthrow, overturn, to disturb, overturn, and so forth and so forth. So again, once you know that somebody has been overturned and or overthrown by, we'll say, man's philosophies, beliefs, doctrines, and religions, once you know that that person is overthrown or subverted, Salaki, and they sinneth, meaning they're in transgression continually, being condemned of himself, you don't talk to him. You don't even waste your energy. You don't say nothing to him, because you know the righteousness and the good that you speak, they won't accept it. But here's the thing about people that won't accept the truth and the good news of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They won't accept your words, but they want you to accept the crap that they are spewing out of their face. That's some hypocrite sugar honey iced tea. Or so I say some hypocritical sugar honey iced tea. But nonetheless, don't waste your time, don't waste your breath. Last point. Sirach chapter 22, verse 7. Whoso teacheth a fool is as one that glueth potsherd together, and as he that walketh one from a sound, Salakia, waketh one from a sound sleep, Salakia. So when you trying to teach somebody and you see how people foolish, it's just like trying to glue a broken pot, clay pot or ceramic pot back together again. It's just, this is not gonna happen. It breaks into a whole bunch of pieces to the point where you can't put it back together. You just have to do away with it. See, that's what it's like to teach somebody that ain't truly listening to what you're saying. It's like teaching a fool. Foolish people, they don't have a heart for this wisdom. They don't have a zeal and or intent to gain the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So again, whoso teacheth a fool is as one that glueth potsherd together, and as what? He that waketh one from a sound sleep. So it's like talking to somebody and waking them up from a sound sleep. Just imagine how many times we done woke somebody up from a sound. They get good in sleep. When you first wake them up, they are not all there. That's the same thing when it comes down to speaking his words to our people, speaking his truth to our people, speaking the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's like they not listening. They not really hearing what you're saying. Last point, verse 8. He that telleth a tale to a fool speaketh to one in a slumber. When he hath told his tale, he will say, what is the matter? So again, speaking to our people, they're fools. So us telling them this wisdom, this knowledge, and this understanding, it's like speaking to somebody that's in a slumber, that's sleep. Most people don't hear nothing when they sleep. People be claiming, oh, I hear. Nah, when you sleep for real, you don't hear nothing unless it's that loud, unless the Lord allow you to hear it. It is what it is. But it's like talking to somebody that's sleep. And after you've told them all this good news, you've given them all the proof and given them information that they themselves can look up, they turn right around and be like, but what you were talking about though? What that was you were saying? That's how you know that they wasn't listening. So yeah, so don't waste your breath, don't waste your time, don't waste your energy. But you still must speak the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because we are compelled, we are commanded and commissioned to do those things. The point of this lesson is don't waste your time. I won't say your time. Don't waste your breath on those that you know for a fact that have shown you that they are not listening to what you are saying. Don't even get in no kind of conversation with them that could go towards the scriptures, because you know that they're not listening. You'll be wasting your breath, because their hearts are hard towards the words that you speak. They have a heart of stone. And we all know that water don't absorb in the stone. Water absorbs into good soil. So make sure that they have a mind to absorb the words that you speak, and they have ears to hear. So that the words of the Lord can take root, and then the Lord will give the increase, and so forth and so forth. So yeah, don't waste your breath, but still speak the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, period. Regardless if somebody want to hear it or not. Just don't waste your time when you notice people ain't listening. Because the Lord will send somebody your way to hear what you have to say, because he gave you the words to say them, and the spirit he put on you to speak his words. And with that, shalom.